So there is the question. It's net zero 2030. Why the urgency? Why the urgency? It's a very simple scenario that we're up against here. And that is this. Look, if you say to somebody, do you like clean air? Would you rather have clean air? Then everybody would go, yeah, of course we want clean air. It's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? Everybody wants a bit of clean air. There's no such, I don't think there's any such person who would say, no, I like it all mucky, bit sooty. That's how I like it. I like dirty air, asthmatic-causing air. Nobody wants that. So, yeah, if you can clean the place up, which we've done over many, many years and decades, that things have gradually got a lot cleaner. And that includes not just the kind of cars we drive, even petrol and diesel cars. I mean, if the truth be told, although they are swear words to certain members of the community, if you look at the emissions from, even a 4x4 diesel these days, given how these things are engineered and the kind of elements that are within the system to address it, you'll find these aren't churning out as much gunk as some people will tell you. So the way we build cars completely changed. The way we build roads completely changed. Our commercial industries, big fire furnace burning chimneys all over all of that. The way we insulate homes, the way we insulate buildings, etc. New builds, all of this stuff is unrecognisable. So the journey to a cleaner atmosphere, back in the day when they were sending kids up chimneys and then the motor car came along and all manner of tomfoolery, nobody was talking about this stuff. We didn't know anything about this. It wasn't an area that anybody really thought about too much. Of course, as science and information, and as the years ploughed on, you begin to realise, actually, this is not good to live like this. You couldn't put your washing out without your beautiful, nice, crisp white T-shirt turning black in about 3 hours because you lived near a road. All of those things have changed, and it continues to change. So I think I speak for everybody. We all endorse that, right? We like the idea of cleaner air. That's clearly got to be a good thing. But there is this mad dash, and it can only be called it's a great phrase, isn't it? A mad dash to net zero by 2030. Now, all of the smart money, I don't know how Ed Miliband has kind of been almost left. Remember Gordon Brown was the Chancellor and Tony Blair, because they'd fallen out, Tony Blair sort of had to leave him on his own. And I sense that Miliband is kind of this little island within the government, surrounded by the most dubious crock of left-wing net zero evangelists you've ever heard of in your life. This crowd are kind of doing their own thing. And they're getting away with it on the basis, well, we're the nice people. Why would you condemn us for wanting to do nice things? This is a good thing, right? Clean air. We've got ambitious targets. That's how the whole kind of left-wing net zero argument rolls. It works on the basis that why would you criticise any of this? We're the good guys. Why would you criticise me riding a bike? I'm clearly a better person than you because you drive a big car. Therefore, I'm better. And it really does work on fairly simplistic lines in this respect. So Miliband has got, the Energy Secretary, Ed Miliband, is unveiling this blueprint and claims it will stop Britain being at the mercy of tyrants such as Vladimir Putin. By the way, spoiler alert, we don't get hardly any of our oil from Vladimir Putin. The plan is at the heart of a drive, of course, to turn the country into a clean energy superpower by the end of the decade. I mean, mate, he's got a whistle for this one. Has he not looked at what's happening in France, where they are beautifully energy sufficient, they are nuclear energy driven, and everything is tickety-boo. They're crossing, they've got some issues around cars and the odd factory chimney still to address, but broadly speaking, they're doing rather well, way ahead of the game on what we're likely to be messing around with. More windmills, more solar panels. Do you know what? Yesterday, I was just looking at the numbers, by the way. It is extraordinary. There's a lot of interesting numbers. I'll tell you about channel migrant numbers from yesterday in just a little bit. But yesterday, it's interesting to note that we got almost none of our energy. I think it was about 6% or something that we got, or thereabouts, from windmills. And it was the same the day before. We got over 70% from fossil fuels. Now, sure, if the windmills are not going to get in the way and they will consistently provide us with power for the rest of time, then let's go for it. But this is Ed Miliband's starting point. He's adopting and endorsing a technology that is, at the moment, delivering pretty much nada in the grander scale of things. It is extraordinary. We are getting 6% from wind yesterday, 70% we got from gas. So just let that settle. I think the day before was evil. I think it was 5% from wind. From solar, 0.1%. Wow. So this is where we're at the moment, OK? This is the state of play. So I want to throw the question out. Why the urgency? Well, what do you think's behind all of this as well? I think this is a huge vanity project. Let's go for the net zero ambition. Yeah, that's a great idea. But let's do it over 25 years. I mean, we'll still be ahead of China and India and countries like that if we set it over 25. They're like 2030. Well, what's the deal there, Ed? It's got to be done by 2030. No, it hasn't. It's going to be very expensive. We've got unions, not just individuals from the world of economics saying, hang on, this could cost an awful lot of money. We could be looking at 40 billion quid a year. I mean, this is incredible. Andy Mayer of the Institute of Economic Affairs says you can't make energy cheaper by deliberately making it more expensive, which is what it's going to be. And then at the end of it all, apparently you might get 50 quid off your bill, and Ed Miliband will go, yeah, see, I told you, up to 300 quid. Not necessarily 300, even though I told you that before, and Keir Starmer back in May said 400 quid. So there's a lot of lies being told in this one as well. Unions have hit out the plan. The GMB union, this is not, you know, the Conservatives or Reform UK, the GMB union warning if the government doesn't change course, this policy could cost up to 1 million jobs. What the hell is going on?